Man, I was waiting for a looper to tap on the screen. I can't believe you took so long to make this stream start, looper. I'm just kind of sitting here, you know, twiddling my thumbs. Like, yep, she's gonna tap any moment now. Hour and 12 minutes late. Can't believe it. That's all right, Looper. I forgive you. Don't worry about it. Hello, good evening. Sorry I'm late. Well, okay. It was for a good cause, okay? Emma needed to do her reading lesson for today. And I started dinner late, so it just kind of... I could have been on time and skipped the reading lesson, but I just couldn't do it. We had to do it. Reading is the key. It's almost my bedtime. You don't have work tomorrow. What are you talking about? Let's see here. I need to get a wooden base. Okay, so let's see here. Let's grab some square tubing. We need epoxy glue. Yes. Mixing stick. Wait, check. Mixing cups. Check. And wire armature. And a drill. Oh. Melted my hot glue gun to the carpet. Wonderful. Let's get that plugged in. All right. Let's see, what should we start with? Let's start with gluing some square stock onto the neck armature. see what we got here. That should be good. I'll leave about that much there. Kind of. It's Escape from Tarkov, guys. Like full-on tactical gear. Here's the, let me grab the sketch. Oop. What's the game plan here for this one? Okay, we need the Dremel tool. And we gotta cut this pipe here. Also need to cut off a piece of that about the same size. Little lip of coffee. Sculptress, I remember that program. That was like open source ZBrush, right? say I messed around with that at one point. Bought it out. Those monsters. What's up, Leo? Maybe someday. You know, the work I do is commission, so it would take somebody that's just as much of a fan of Atom Smasher as you coming forward and wanting to make it happen. Or maybe you someday slide into my inbox and request it to be made. You're late. Yeah, look at. See what you missed? You sketched this whole thing out here while you were being not here. Missed out. Oop. Get the idea. Just kidding. I sketched that a while ago. We were late today too, so you didn't miss nothing. What's that, Leo? Oh, michelada. Oh, yeah. That would be nice. Our creators. What kind of character is that? Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, so this piece goes onto the neck armature now. Like so. This is 80s type. Oh, that's cool. All of those stylized type games. I've noticed like 80s, 90s style is becoming like a little bit on the cool side. It's old enough now, it can be cool. Or we're just all older and we have that nostalgia for that type of aesthetic, and people are catching on and making content that we like. It is a wild thing to think about, though, because things are so accelerated with the advent of technology and the internet that it really just it came into being in our generation. We're the last generation that played outside when you're kids, which is crazy. Trust me, I see it now with Emma. She has a little bit of technology in her life, but we keep it pretty 90s-esque and everything in balance, but I can't tell you how many times we go to the park or go somewhere where you expect other kids to be, and just none. Ghost towns. I always think about, like, can you trace it back to one? What was the thing that really, things are pretty similar for the longest time. What was the one thing that came out that really started shaping and changing the world? And it's the internet, honestly. As soon as the internet came into the picture, that's when everything started changing rapidly. Yeah. Pretty crazy. we have the entire human, like, all of the knowledge of humanity at our fingertips. All of us. Well, I mean, you could argue there's a lot of stuff still hidden away, but there's quite a bit available. Alright. Let's let that do its thing. We'll start making the body while that's hardening. You're always a sci-fi fan, so it's not a shocker. Yeah, but it also is, if you think about it, to, like, I mean, think about it. They were putting things in fantasy stories that, with no idea on, it's just like dreams of future technologies that had no idea how could possibly exist. And then all of a sudden you fast forward like a couple decades and poof, there it is. Like touchscreen phones, So maybe there's like some sort of collective conscious human, like if you throw something out there and enough people, gets into enough people's brains, it can just spontaneously poof into existence. Or is it something that they knew would be coming out and we're kind of just getting people ready? Who knows? There's definitely something to that. Oh, yeah. You were prepared. So we're like Warhammer 40k orcs. Yeah, exactly. Which, if you think about it, if that was the case, how important media is then. You know what I mean? Like, holy cannoli, movies and stuff are really important now. Which, if you look at, okay, look at how much money they're spending on them. Yeah, we're onto something there. The money says it's definitely very important. Certainly, if the governments of the world found out we were like the 40k orcs and we could literally just like believe stuff into existence, if enough of us believed it, it would just come into reality. They wouldn't tell us, that's for sure. They would just try to control it as best they can. Ideas could be very dangerous. If you know how it works, does it work anymore? Well, it's not. You as the individual, it doesn't really matter because it requires. It's not like one person can believe something into existence. It has to be like maybe there's like a human like percentage tipping point that has to be reached before it starts to like come into the reality. You know what I mean? Like such and such number of humans need to believe that this could be possible or something, you know? That touchscreen devices could be possible. And then once it reached that, you know, enough people watched Star Trek and became a bunch of Trek nerds, it's their fault, pretty much. And then here you go. Beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, but we know humanity could never be that aware and that in sync with each other, ever. It's like perfectly designed that would never happen. They couldn't be organized like that. Are you kidding me? Isn't there like a number of like people that if the population exceeds a certain number, it's like impossible to kind of live in harmony, but if it stays under that certain number and it's only like 100 and some odd people or something like that. 3? No, I think there's like a almost like a oh yeah, I did forget to buy bananas. Let me see. Let me look that up. I want to say it's like 150. Around 150. Okay, yep. Different proposed numbers. Okay, some say up to 500. 50 studies of the 19th century America. Something. suggests that size of approximately 50 or 150 at their start maximize longevity. These sizes seem to promote both individual well-being and community sustainability. Oh, okay. Up to 500, while larger numbers can increase stress and require more formal structures to maintain cohesion. Some self-sufficient communities have thrived at sizes closer to 500. Okay. Interesting. Dunbar's number. That's the one I heard of. 150. Humans can maintain stable relationships with a maximum of around 150 people. Historically and contemporary communities adhering to this size seem to thrive. Yeah, interesting. So I guess that's suggesting we could really only have meaningful relationships with up to 150 people. You know what's funny? I think our average view count here is 150. Somewhere in there. We did it. Now we just got to maintain and coast into the future. Tiny villages. Yeah. You know, I love that layout of like the countryside of Germany. They have these small villages of about four. My wife's village is like 400 people. You know, and they're all like kind of the same layout with plenty of space and country around them. It's like, yeah, we just go back to these tiny little villages. But then, you know what I mean? There'd be that one bad egg village that becomes like the war village that like wants to go and take the nice peaceful villages stuff and not have to work for it. And then we eventually, like, fast forward, we'll end up right back where we're at right now. You know what I mean? It's like no matter what. It would just delay. If we would all just revert back to little towns. You'd love to visit a German village? It's nice, man. I really love it up there. Okay. Oop. Yeah, it is nice there at Neat. Food's really good. Not just good as in like tastes good, but they're really like really the German people are very particular about the quality of things that they buy. So that it makes this natural like barrier to crappy stuff because they just won't buy it. And companies know this and that's why they don't sell. You go to like a shop in Germany that's supposed to be kind of like almost like a bin shop where you get like stuff for cheap, you know, that's like their version of like almost like like their version of like a Target experience or something. And the cost is like half the cost and the quality of the stuff is like double the quality. It's crazy. It's like, man, every time I go there, I'm like, I'm just not going to buy anything in America ever again. And just just buy everything when I'm in Germany and just send it over on a big crate or something, because it's ridiculous how different it is. But that only works because everyone is so particular, you know, like if everyone everyone in America would be more picky about just not buying things that are not good quality, all of a sudden you start seeing good quality stuff on the shelves because none of the stuff would sell, you know. But we just don't have we don't have that kind of culture. We have the only care about the price tag, even if it's bad, I'll still buy it kind of thing, you know. Hey, as long as it works one time, you know, I'm buying it. And then I'll get really upset when it breaks, like, you know, 2 weeks later. And then it's also, yeah, and then the food, same thing. Same idea with the food. Very particular about their food. They have very strict, like, ingredient usage. You know, it's just a lot more strict with, like, what they can put in food and stuff. I'll always buy it, like, imported stuff, because a lot of those countries have stricter regulations. There's the German beer has the German beer purity law, which only allows it to have 4 ingredients. You know. Fast food for $1, how good can it be? Well, this is the interesting scenario. Okay, here's something that's interesting. If you went to, like, McDonald's in Germany and ordered the same thing that you would get in America, the price is the same, but yet when you get the food in Germany, it's actually like real food, you know, like a real actual cheeseburger with, like, you know, all the fixings, like fresh from the garden, you know, like just way different experience, I'm telling you. I've never eaten McDonald's over there, but I've seen it, so I'm sure there's YouTubers that you can go check out that have done that experiment. It's wild how different it is. And again, it's because the corporate entity McDonald's puts junk in American food because they can get away with it. But in Germany, they can't. So they're, like, forced to, like, make real food, or not do business there. They don't want that, so. Would you move there if you could? No, I wouldn't. Not right now. Definitely not. With, you know, there's pros and cons to anywhere. And one of the problems, I think, with living in Germany is that they've taken the regulations too far. You know, it's like really good for certain aspects, like the food and stuff, but, like, the way they do, like, paperwork and regulation and how much kind of the government is just all over you about things. You know, my whole way of life wouldn't function very well there. Plus, it's more expensive to live there, so I couldn't do it. Not right now, like I said. Sorry, I got a runny nose. There's certain things, like, for example, you know, like we want to homeschool Emma, which is totally fine here in America, especially in the state that I'm living in. In Germany, it's illegal. Can't do it anywhere. Can't even, like, apply for, like, a license or nothing. So. There's even, like, certain fees and licenses you have to even be a streamer, you know, that we just don't have here. Oh, here it is. Oops. Yeah. Good restaurant always has better burgers than fast food. Yeah. Man, I'm at the point where I don't even want to go to restaurants because, I don't know, I just prefer to cook at home. Every time we do stuff home cooked, it's just always better. You're really only paying for the convenience of not having to do dishes and not having to do the cooking itself. But I actually really enjoy to cook, so definitely become quite a big passion of mine. So I'd rather, let's say to go out to eat at a restaurant now, you're probably looking at like at least $70 for the three of us. I'd rather just go buy some like really nice, ribeyes and grill those, and be out the door at like, $30 material cost. I don't mind doing dishes or cooking. On a high protein diet, I've learned protein is expensive. Yeah, right. Yeah, the $70 bill is not getting ribeyes. That's like getting like, some like chicken or something, I always, anytime we do end up going to a restaurant, I always look for the cost of like a steak that they sell. I think last time we went to one, it was like $60 to order the 12 ounce steak. $60. It's like, what? Never. 45 grams protein a meal costs a lot. Are you a fan of cottage cheese? Red Ticket. We eat a lot of cottage cheese. I love that stuff. That's pretty protein packed. If it's cheap and it's probably about, if you get good like quality, grass fed stuff, I think it's like $6 for like one of those tubs, about a cereal bowl size. About $5 or $6. Peas, yeah, you could grow those. I grew quite a bit of peas this year. Just eat peanut butter. As long as it's only peanut butter. Not palm oil peanut butter. Or a vegetable oil peanut butter. Let's see, I think we need about 2 heads. And one more twist. Frozen raspberries. Oh, that's a good idea. Just bought some raspberries today. I learned about these chips you can make using cottage cheese. You just take cottage cheese on a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and you put like little piles of cottage cheese, and then you kind of smush them flat, and then add some like seasonings, and then you bake that in the oven till they get crispy. Bam! Get that nice crunch, you know. I'm usually too lazy to do that though, and I'll just eat the cottage cheese, just spoon it out of the thing. What kind of seasoning? We have this special, it's called Gayfro pepper spice that we have. It's like a mix. Where's it from? It's from Sweden, I think, or something like that. I could put that on everything. I think that's what I used last time we made it. Worked out pretty good. Lentils. Yeah, me too, Corvic. I used to love it when I was a kid and just kind of forgot about it. And then we started doing keto and just kind of rediscovered it as like an easy snack. And now we like, I'm like, That's pretty good. I feel like that's too wide for the hips. This is the spice we use right here. This brand, we order it from Germany. My wife discovered it when her grandpa was sick, and it's just really high quality stuff. So this is the pepper spice blend here, Gayfro. I got all kinds of different one. You know, that's a soup mix. Fleisch, that's for seasoning meat. This is from Jamaica. Some Jamaican curry. Island spice. But yeah, this brand's really nice. We could probably get it here. Oh, it's from Deutschland. Yeah, they're from Germany. I don't know if the company is in Germany though. I think it's originally from somewhere else. This is Bella Italia. It's an Italian spice. Salad spice. Curcuma. I can speak a little bit German. How did I just have that on hand to show you? I'm always prepared for these conversations. I premeditate all the conversations we're going to have on stream. And then I just conjure my visual aids for you. You want to see something else I have just on hand here? Nothing better than just some, you know, a homemade braid of garlic. That's the good stuff. I got about 7 or 8 of these out of the garden this year. You just hang them up in your kitchen just like that. And then you just grab the garlic. You usually start from the bottom. You just kind of grab it as you need it till it's gone, and then you can just burn this nice little braid here. I used 1 braid of garlic, not as big as this one, to produce 8 braids of garlic. So you use the garlic to make more garlic. So what I do is I take the braid that's all the biggest bulbs, you know, and those are the ones I use for replanting for the next season. So yeah, I always thought, you know, I've never seen it at farmers markets where they sell like a whole braid of garlic here. I would totally buy that. I'm surprised. Because when you store garlic just by hanging it like that in your kitchen, it'll stay good, you know, till the whole next year, you know. Don't put garlic in the fridge. Just that's a no-no. Don't do that. Same with onions. Okay, let's see here. Whoa. This one's gonna be big, guys. Kids, man. Wait a minute, kids outside? I don't believe it. Must have been hallucinating. I like the torso still needs to be a bit longer. Yeah, let's do like 1 or 2 more twists on the torso. One, two. Well, Corvic, if you do get some, they give you like a freebie option, like a thing you can choose. I think if you spend a certain amount, they give you a freebie, like a choose your gift. Pick the steak knife. I'm telling you, it's a red handle. It's the sharpest steak knife I've ever had, and they stay sharp for forever. So every time I reorder, I always make, you know, well, I don't, the missus does all that, but every time she reorders, she makes sure to get another steak knife to add to our collection, because seriously, they're like really, really nice. Yeah, there you go. Gift knife. This one's already seen a lot of action, but man, they are super, like, talking like this thing's still razor sharp. 100 years. I'm guessing that was like a special edition one. I suppose now would be an appropriate time to introduce today's stream sponsor, Gayfro Spices. Spice up your life today. Just kidding. It was all a ploy just to get Karvik. Got him. Yes. Spice this. Yeah, it's looking much better. Proportionally. One, two. Deutsch. See, I call Germans Deutschlanders. I like that better. It's more fitting. They're from Deutschland, so they're Deutschlanders. It's like Highlander, but Deutschlanders. Like flipping around two people's languages in English, yeah. Amsterdam. Oh, nice. It does look like that, doesn't it? Yeah, it's slightly too long, I think. Just slightly. There. Is it 2 heads from hip to knees? Roughly, yeah. Depends on where you're measuring at in the hip. There is, there's slightly different proportions depending on what you're trying to go for. And also you have to think there's a little bit of wiggle room because of the thickness of the character. So, but yeah, if you look at, you know, I usually use charts like this. I'll show you. You know, you can see right here, it's, you know, from, this is right here is right where the hip the hip bends, or the hip flexor. And then, you know, it's like almost a full head. So it's about 2. I mean, you can see 1, 2 from the hip to the knee, and then another 2 from the knee to the bottom of the foot. And then the torso, if you look at the torso, it really is, it's like, it is like 2, but the, you know, it's like 2.5 really, because of the, you know, this goes up into the neck. So you have to, you know, account for the neck. But usually, so like usually the armature would be right here. So, you know, we'd be looking at, you know, we're looking at 2.5 roughly. Which actually, you know, let's see. I might only have 2. Maybe that's what's reading wrong. 1, 2, yeah. Now we need a little bit more. But see here, this is how we get a little bit more here with this. We just widen these, and then we just bend these down like that. There we go. We got our half. Success. One, 2.5. And usually the arm bends right around here. Bottom of the rib cage usually is. Okay, let's attach that right there. Just gonna kind of tack weld it in here. All right, now we use some steel stick. Maybe it's from that game.
Would someone please direct me to the cnotbusch kingdom? Which direction is that?
Hey. right that way, sir. Keep going. Hey, thank you so much there, Akshan Figure Girl. Thank you for the 1,000 biddies. I appreciate that. That's very generous of you. Thank you very kindly. Akshan Figure Girl. Am I saying that right? You can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Needed a visit from the traveler. He's just trying to find the cnotbusch kingdom. Poor guy. He's been lost for ages. Can't seem to get out of Clayfield. This is what will permanently hold this on here. We don't need... There's no lights going to the head, so we can go ahead and close this off here. Yeah. He'll cross paths and bump into the wizard, and the wizard will take him for everything he's got. Wow, that's a nice... I don't normally do magic for backpacks, but this is a special case. I'll take that pack from you, good sir. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right. Anybody watch the last season of Squid Game? And if so, what'd you think of the ending? I feel very Game of Thrones-y about it, personally. Yeah, same. Same red ticket. Memory will be erased of the whole incident. Yeah, right. He'll wake up. Sculpting a scav. No, player character. The YouTube algorithm has sent you to me. Yeah, we're gonna do... Here, I'll show you the sketch. It's a... This is the game plan here. We're gonna have some LED lit glow sticks on the base. There's gonna be a big bag of loot like you just finished a run. And then this is gonna be the helmet of that Killa guy. Kinda like smashed up and in the dirt. We want to portray the idea as like a successful run. Type of the end of a successful run. That's the idea. So a little bit more lax, but still tense from all the chaos. And there we go. And here's the final result. What do you guys think? I'm about ready to ship it. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, that's just a sketch. That's just something I did really quick. That will be kind of a guide. I feel like his shoulders need to come down a smidge. Just a smidge. Maybe even go a little bit shorter. Let's see. All right there. What material do I recommend for beginner sculptor?
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Mr. Horologist. Horology. Hey, thanks for the raid. Horror raid. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. How was your stream there, Mr. Horologist? Catog, you can just use the same material and methods I'm using. There's no, like, it's not like with, like, carving wood where you start with, like, really soft wood and work your way up to hardwood, you know? Like, you can just jump right into the good stuff, you know? No reason to get, like, a less superior clay. In the realm of clay sculpting, the best clay to use is the easiest clay for professionals and for people that are new, you know. So, not to be confused with a horrible raid. Ah, yes, yes. Let's keep fixing our little guy here. Oops. Yeah, it's not. It's not expensive. Whoops. Well, that was a little bit too much. All right, hold on. What inspired me to sculpt Tarkov? Well, I had a client come forward and said, hey, I'd like a Escape from Tarkov character. I said, all right, it'll be this much. And then he said, all right, let's do it. And there we go. Now we're doing it. Ready for them fireworks? No. No, I'm not. That glue hasn't dried yet. Maybe I'll put some super glue just to hold it secure. I've not played Tarkov, but I've watched it, especially when it first came out. I used to watch it a lot. I enjoy watching other people play those kind of games. It was the same with what was that game? Dead by Daylight. Never played it, but I liked watching other people play it. That's good. We, however, have not had rain in a bit. It's kind of a little bit dry, so, but not too bad. Could be worse. All right, before we get this mounted in, let me go refill my coffee. I'll be right back. All right. I forgot I had this chart here too. Survive the fire? Yeah, you know. When you order a diagram, has to come in by owl. The mail gets delivered here by owl. They have to fly through some pretty treacherous lands to get here. This is for a smaller scale, though. It was a sealed letter. Okay, let's drill a hole here. It'll match up to that one. Does that fit there? Yeah, it does. I was just wishing Emma good night, and apparently her and her mother have made island books, and I have been told I must make an island book of my own. I was thinking about making a pirate island. I'm doing something just like that. Emma's been making a book about Lincoln Island. She made this whole story, picture book story about this character named Keiki, which is like a girl that's shaped, it looks just like a cake, but as a girl. And she went all the way through the life of Keiki to the point where Keiki got married and had a child named Little Keiki. And then we started the story of Little Keiki. And round they went. Cupcakey. I offered that idea, but she was like offended by it, of course. No, it's a cake. It's not a cupcake. All right, suit yourself. Very true. Well, I'll own up to my flaws with her for sure. She knows we're just as flawed as her. We just got a little more experience in this world, that's all. Okay, I think we'll cut this a little bit short. Can already hear fireworks popping off. That one doesn't go down far enough. Yeah. Yeah, we have both of our Thursday pieces kind of starting at the same time, so they're both kind of keeping up at the same pace. That'll start to shift as we get further into this piece for sure. Okay. Now, we're gonna bulk out the kind of the anatomy, the base model of this character. The only part I'm gonna actually bulk out with foil is a little bit on the rib cage. Right. And next step will be clay. It's pretty sturdy. We don't really need the hot glue gun, so let's get rid of that. The epoxy glue, the super glue. Oh. And he needs her hiding space because of the fireworks. Okay. Yeah, I just buy straight up CBD. Regular human grade CBD, and then just dose it properly. She's fine. You know, it's funny. She has her little safe. This is new. I think as she's gotten older, she's not like sitting there quivering and shaking. She just, as long as she can get to her safe space, which is where my foot rest here, nice and tucked away in the workshop with Dad, she's fine. So before, yeah, she would like go like wild animal mode and just hide in some random crevasse under the bed or something. Oh. No, Ina bought her from a breeder in Germany back when she was younger. And he was a puppy. She was a puppy so small you could fit her in your hand like a little mouse. The lady who bred the miniature pinchers. Every group had a different letter. So Annie's group was Group E. All dogs' names started with the name E, or the letter E. Sorry. I think they were the last one too. The last kind of bunch they had. A, B, C, D, E. So 5 litters. Yeah, I know if and when we get another dog, it'll be it'll be a rescue for sure. A Great Dane. Nah, Great Danes have so many health problems. You know, an old Great Dane is like 7 or 8 years old. After having a lab and always hearing people say that they're like some of the best dogs you can have, best kind of dog you can have, I now know that that is definitely true. So something probably a rescue is going to be a mutt of some sort, but something with lab in it, which you can usually just see it on them. So, or a golden retriever or something. I don't know. I'll definitely be staying away from the breeds that, I'm a renter, so it's not like I'm gonna go get like a pit bull or nothing, or a Rottweiler. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Oh, nice spring. Part of me is kind of hoping a situation like that will happen. That, there'll just be a dog that wanders on by that needs a place to stay and then just kind of stays forever. I've had those situations happen a lot in our area. Dogs getting out but we always find where they belong. I just know there's gonna be that one time where there isn't a place that they belong, and then they can just stay. Let's see here. Where's my clay glue? Feral wolf. Yeah, I don't know about that. About the closest thing to a dog that would wander. Oh, we saw a wild turkey crossing. Why did the turkey cross the road? It did indeed do it to get to the other side. Wild turkey is crossing the road on our way to the store today. We get some wild turkey activity here. No wolves though. Maybe some coyote, maybe a coyote or two, but never seen a wolf around these parts.
Man, nose is killing me. Yeah, I'll be very open, to be honest. I'm not gonna try to like think about specific breeds or nothing because, you know, with any, I didn't think I'd like having a small dog. She was the first small dog I ever had. There we go, Superman. Am I setting the main volumes at the moment? What do you mean? Oh, I thought you were talking about like audio volumes. I'm like, what? Yeah, so right now we're gonna get everything covered with clay on the body, and then we're just gonna kind of build a kind of a skinnier anatomy structure. Something for us to build off of. Getting this base layer of clay down here. Wanted a puppy, got a kitten. I definitely think I'd like to get a bigger dog because it's just nice to have a bigger dog around the house. It was always nice having Sadie around. She's just had that real deep bark, and something about a dog that's got a, that's all black or darker in color. People seem to be a little more timid around. You got the next door neighbor's got a lab that's a, vanilla colored lab, and she's just, nobody could really be intimidated by her. Right. Maybe not that big. I'll go broke just feeding it. Can already tell this is going to need to be longer, I think. Yeah, right. You ever watch that movie of Clifford the Big Red Dog going over to the carnival because he gets like the neighbor gives him a hard time, says the family's going poor trying to feed him. So he feels all bad about it. So he runs off to go join a circus to raise money or to win a contest for a lifetime supply of food. Yeah, I'm updated on Clifford the Big Red Dog. I've seen the movies. I'm sitting there on the couch watching it with Emma. I'm like, yep. Yeah, me and your mother gotta do the same. Just trying to feed you, kiddo. You know, that gets extra jobs. Just joking. I didn't tell her that. It's funny though that they have such a kind of grown-up concept. Those kids' movies. It's good, you know, to realize that the food that they're eating is not free. You know, it comes from somewhere. Somebody's working for it. You know, makes them more appreciative. Game of Thrones ending. Yeah, they ended up getting happy endings in kids' movies. Man, when I was a kid, we grew up watching Fox and the Hound and, Brave Little Toaster. And Never-Ending Story with the horse dying. Bunch of starting things off with some trauma. Me and my brother watched Fox and the Hound so many times. I don't know why. We just I can't remember if we watched all the way through. I think we just liked the building up in the story, but not necessarily the ending. Charlotte's Web, yeah, is another one. James and the Giant Peach. Remember that one? Emma will probably be ready for that one soon. Indian in the Cupboard. That's a good one. Man, I used to remember pretending that wishing that could be a real thing with my toys. you know, Narnia Chronicles of Narnia was the first one of the only books that I had read before the movies. I wasn't much of a reader when I was a kid. I fell behind with reading early. That really made me dislike it, unfortunately. Definitely became more of a reader in my older years, but that was one that I did. Chronicles of Narnia, and you know, Redwall was another big one that I really loved. Labyrinth was a really impressionable movie for me too. Alan Garner. Okay. Expanse. I'm usually not one to partake in sci-fi too much, but that show really pulled me in. Every once in a while, something sci-fi will rope me in, either game or movie or show. Oil Road. Back in December? Okay.
Hail, noble ally. Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Hey, how you doing, Robin? Rob in progress. Sorry, Robin. That's how it goes. You are now Robin of progress. Robin from progress. Rob Way. How you doing, Rob? Hey, thanks for the 31 months, man. Let me get this going. Spoiler. Let's see what we have here for you. How you doing this evening there, Rob? A wise adventurer prepares for the worst, but hopes for the best. Yes, indeed. True wisdom right there. Prepare for the worst. Hope for a good time that nothing goes wrong, but prepare for being stranded in the desert without water. And a boulder falling on your arm and pinning you there, so you have to chop it off with a dull Swiss Army knife blade to reach safety. All whilst drinking your own urine to survive. There you go. I'm bringing water. Good, Rob. That has, I know, it was a whole plot to a real thing that happened. It says prepare for the worst. I don't know how much worse it can get than that. You know what the best thing to bring out into the wild is a personal locator beacon. If you're really an outdoors person that likes to go on long hiking escapades, it's a really valuable thing to have. And bear spray and maybe a gun if you got one. The illegally obtained firearm. Yeah, there's this guy who he does this report called the Missing 411, and he just invests. He used to be a detective, police detective, retired, and now he spends his days researching these incidents that happen in state parks where people just mysteriously go missing, and that's something David Politis, that's his name, David Politis. That's one thing he kind of preaches, is to just get, if you like to go deep plunging in the woods, just do yourself a favor, buy one of those personal locator beacons. So if you do get lost, or you get lost or something happens, the rescue teams can find you right away. Because it happens a lot. It really does. More than you would think. Oh, good. That's cool, man. Getting out, getting involved. Good for you, Rob. It's nice to hear, man. Do you register it? No, I think it. I'm not sure how they work exactly. I want to say it was a couple $100. It transmits a distress signal to a satellite network when activated, alerting search and rescue services with the beacon's location. Right. So it uses GPS, and I don't think it's something you have to register. Oh, they do have to be registered. But you could just do it online. $10 pieces of flair. Yeah, looks like you're looking anywhere from $300 to $500. 150 to 360 seems to be. It's a wide price range of them. Here's one for 150. Hey, worth having if you need it. What was it? I think it was a story of this lady on the Appalachian Trail that ended up straight up got off course. Search and rescue tried finding her. They couldn't find her, and she survived for I think 40 days or even longer. And they eventually ended up finding her camp where she had decided to just stop trying to. She thought she was getting more and more lost, so she stopped looking and just decided to stay put till somebody found her. And she ultimately ended up dying. I think starvation or something. I don't know what ended up getting her, but she was super close to the trail. Not very far. I think a mile off of the trail or something crazy like that. And somehow search and rescue just didn't see her. And yeah. She had a little journal that she had written, of her whole, end of life sequence. Pretty crazy. Can we just go back to Clifford? Sorry. One of my things I like listening to is stories like that. There's this YouTube creator named Mr. Ballin. You ever heard of him before? He tells eerie stories like that, eerie real life stories. No, it's Ballen, Mr. Ballin. His name is totally not fitting, but he does good. He does a good job. He's a good storyteller. he did a whole series recounting some of the missing 411 stories. Ex-Navy SEAL. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's the one who got me. So I would listen to his stories, and then he started to do the missing 411 stories, which I really liked. Which is exclusively like people missing in like state parks and in woods in America. And that's what got me looking into. He always gave credit to David Paulides because that's whose work he was referencing for the stories. He does videos too, but they're definitely more dry. But I like the dry stuff too. Super dry, information loaded stuff I enjoy. But if you're looking for the really good storytelling combined with the real life scenario, you check out Mr. Ballin. Fishing and writing for 6 months, huh? Skyline Drive outside of Front Royal. I don't know where that is. Virginia. I've not been, have I? I've not been out east, ever. I've been west, but not east. Uh, you should look into lemon balm tea or tincture. It can help mellow out the effects of ADHD. Good herbal remedy. I also think St. John's wort, but you have to be careful with that plant because if you're on any other medication, it will negate the medication. So it like will turn off the effects of any existing medication, which can be a good thing if that's what you're trying to do, but if you're not taking any other medication, then that's another alternative. St. John's wort. It makes you in the middle. You don't get any highs and you don't get any lows. Just maintain middle. It's an interesting plant, St. John's wort. Meh, yeah. It's honestly not just any John's wort will do. Must be a particular John, a saint, Saint John. He's this huge, giant troll of a man lounging in the woods. He's got this giant wart that gets these flaky pustules that you have to scrape some off into your teacup. Just kidding. It's actually a really pretty yellow flower. Let's see. St. John's wort. W. Is it? Yeah, W. Anything that's labeled with wart. The word wart means beneficial. So it was like St. John's beneficial plant. That's why the name mugwort comes from the plant named mugwort was beneficial for your mug. It was the plant they used to flavor beer. So, yeah, let me see. Show you what it looks like. It's a yellow flower like this. And the medicine is in the... There's like these small red, kind of like... Let me see. Let's see if I can find an image. Shows these kind of like these like red liquid pustules that grow along the leaves. They're really small, but that's why if you ever squeeze the leaves, it leaves like a blood red dye on your fingers. Let's see. Having a hard time finding a picture of it. You have to look really close on the leaves and you see these little red dots. The little dots are kind of like a red type of liquid. And when you squeeze or mash up the leaves, it leaves like a very deep red color here, just like this right here. And that's those little pockets of that red liquid is the where the medicine is. Oh hey, Shadow TV Live. Can you show the actual character you're sculpting or show some finish work? I want to show my niece and nephew. Yeah, sure. You know what? Let me go grab the mimic. That was one we just recently finished. Let me go grab it really quick. Hold, please.
Listen closely, traveler, to what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
Hey, just stopping by. Have a great night. You too, man. Hey, thank you so much for the continued support. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. I wish you all the best. Thank you for sticking with me for so very long. Okay, so this is one we just still needs a tiny bit of work, but it's pretty much done. Let's see, let me see here really quick. Okay, 1 second, I gotta turn these filters off. Okay. This one has lights, so. Say a mimic fighting a kind of a mouse warrior character. A mimic hunter, kind of the idea. Very niche career, yeah. It's a life-size sculpt, yeah. Okay. Phew. Let's just focus in on the legs here and get this filled in a little bit more. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I'll be live. We'll be starting a new dragon. I will be here. Yeah. Well, it'll be a kind of a wall hanging piece. An original creation, though. The scaly kind. It's Thursday. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You can't watch while streaming. I mean, you could. I wouldn't be. There would be no problem with you kind of watching the stream live and then following along. Unless you just can't do it like with your setup. Oh, well, happy birthday. Sorry for the sniffling. Nose is kicking my butt. Yeah, happy birthday. Serbia. Are you just waking up or you stay up all night? Stayed up doing art. All right. Burning them midnight hours. Uh-huh. I used to be a night owl. I was a younger man.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
It's a good old-fashioned raid. Hello. Voltering. How are you doing? Who's on the walls? Welcome. What were you guys up to? Voltering? You will go to bed? Yeah, go to bed. It's time. Hi. Welcome in. We're sculpting a Escape from Tarkov character. You guys are kind of catching the quite early stages of construction here. Welcome in. What were you guys up to? Supergirl. Nice. Okay. Cool comic book stuff. Illustration. Venomized earthworm gem, nice. Very cool. Well, it's the same character. We just that's just a sketch. Here's the sketch or the rough draft of what we're going for here. Oh, all right. Let's see. So we're just in the early stages of this, the final build. No, yeah, you're good. I do like a rough draft or a sketch. It's just a clay sketch where I kind of whip out the project real quick with clay, and then we take it and we use it to make or produce the final version. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna give a Boltering follow as well.
I worry about carpal tunnel squishing clay all day. No. You're not doing a lot of the same movements over and over and over again. It's very much kind of all over the place with hand movements. So I would say if anything, it really helps. It would help with having good strength. It's not a lot of repetitive movement or dynamic movements than anything. But you know, if it happens, we'll figure it out. So far, no issues. Sculpting all day also levels lockpicking. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any joint problems. Is there a specific type of clay brand you prefer? My best friend dabbles in lesser sculptures. Yeah, check out Cosclay. It's the best. It's just the best for everybody. So we're able to sculpt with this material as long as we want, and then when we're ready for it to be finished, you just cook it. Simpler. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Just further back on the path. Nothing wrong with that. Just have to keep walking down the path, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, Cosclay is objectively the best polymer clay on the market. It's just a fact. Not even like an arguable position. It's not a matter of an opinion or a preference. So, okay, the main thing Cosclay brings to the table that the other polymer clays don't have, and this is just one of the things, is the flexible nature of the material after it's been cured. So this has been cured, this has been baked, and you can see it's got a flexibility to it like a rubber, making these what would be delicate pieces not delicate. Beautiful. So that's not for that guy, it's for another character, but fits. Oh yeah, my nose. Okay, I think we're gonna do another session working on the body, but I'll have to wait till next week. It's going good. Coming into frame. We'll we'll leave that there for now, folks. It is very late for me. It's been a long day of working on stuff. I need to rest. Thank you all for joining me. I will be back on tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Time. And we'll be starting sculpting a dragon's head. So it should be fun. Thank you, everybody who's new, who came in here. I appreciate it. OMG for the raid. Thank you, Voltering. Let me go follow you guys. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Oh, I'm already following Voltering. Look at that. Yeah. We'll be working on this Thursday evening. So next Thursday evening, we'll hit the body again, and this time finish it off, and then we'll go from there. Probably have to shift some things around once we have some fresh eyes. So make sure I have earmuffs on tonight. Yeah, we'll see about that. All right, let's see. Let's find someone to raid. I could never sleep with like any sort of noise suppression. I need to hear what's going on. You never know, just in case, right? I'm like Gandalf. I sleep with my eyes open. Let's go raid Cody Shibby. Okay, my friends. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.